In case you have not noticed by the obvious title of this video, this is my Lion King review. We got to get this show on the road because let me tell you, for one, I had to turn off the air because, you could hear it and I couldn't come talk to you without being interrupted. And then on top of that, I'm lacking a voice because I've been having a little bit too much fun exploring my hot girl summer. So let's just jump straight into it. So on Tuesday, we all saw the photos and the press from the United States premiere, which happened here in Hollywood. The entire cast was there, Alfre, and everybody was there. Beyonce, everybody was there. And it had great pictures. I think Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook all streamed the red carpet premiere. So that was very, very nice to see. Well, let me tell you, immediately following the next day, shout out to Twitter and Disney, I gained access, thanks to them, to an exclusive, advanced screening of The Lion King. And what I was so pleased with, now listen, before I go into this tangent, I want to say that I'm always grateful to be in the room because I go to quite a few screenings, right? But what I can appreciate is that they gave us medium-sized popcorn, full-sized movie theater candy, and your choice of soda. Now, I'm not someone that, eats crazily or whatever. However, when in Rome, when in free Rome, because I wasn't paying for this, you indulge. So I had my medium popcorn, I grabbed some peach rings, and I had a Diet Coke for nostalgic purposes. I was a weird kid who was obsessed with Diet Coke at like 11. So I hadn't had it in years. And so to have it, that was fun. But I say that to say a few months ago, I went to a highly anticipated, a screening for a highly anticipated film, and I'm not going to say the name. It's famous for its runtime, though. And we weren't even given water. I was dying in the theater, but it was a great movie. So Lion King, overall, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I would recommend that you go see this. When I stepped into the theater, we sat down, and what I appreciate about this film is it's tried and true to the animated version. There's really no deterrent. So if you're comfortable and love the animated version, you will love this live action feature. My only gripes, everything's good. My only gripes were the performances of two characters. Now, when you go see this movie this weekend, because it's in theaters Friday, July 19th, after you go see it, come back to this YouTube channel. We can reconvene and we can talk so you can guess as to who you think that I'm talking about, So everybody was great. I really, really, really have to applaud Beyonce. I know someone watching this right now is probably rolling their eyes because you all know that I'm a child of destiny. I'm in the Beehive, but I say this with the utmost sincerity and unbiased. Beyonce did such a fantastic job as Nala. And Nala is not from Texas. I know that was a concern from a lot of you, the online critics such as myself. But I was not concerned about that. I've always had full faith in Beyonce. But a lot of people were judging a little harshly off of little clips that were dropping. And I don't know if those clips weren't mixed and mastered or if it was background music maybe throwing off the significance of the scene, but Beyonce really, really, really did a great job. What I will say is that the challenge in this was that with the live action lions, there's not much emotion. So while I loved the film, I don't know if it's fair to compare it to the cartoon, but it might be fair because it's a remake and a derivative of the cartoon, but it's hard. So we had to depend on the artists, the actors, to really exercise and convey that emotion to us. Like there's vocal cadences and nuances that are necessary and required to convey the emotion to the public watching. And I just felt that in certain scenes, no one's overall performance was bad. No one. I want to be clear about that. But there are certain scenes for me, I'm speaking for me, there were certain scenes that could have used a little bit more oomph because I've been conditioned to that oomph from the 90s version of The Lion King. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Let me know if I'm not making sense in the comment section. So there were certain low points for me where I was like, but Timon and Pumbaa did great. They saved it for me. I mean, not saved it because it wasn't going bad, but they really livened it up. I love Timon and Pumbaa. At first, I was a little critical as to why isn't Whoopi in this? Why isn't some of the original cast in there? But they reworked Whoopi's character, and this is not a spoiler, but she's a bit more villainous. And the actress who plays that hyena role, she was necessary for that role. She did a great job. I love, so there's certain little, little tweaks that they did from the original, but overall it's tried and true. Even what I was nervous about is, that, oh, I just can't wait to be, that scene in the cartoon is very animated and choreographed, and there's formations and colors. They did it justice in the live action. So that's my review on The Lion King. It has its peaks and its valleys like every movie, but I think a lot of people put pressure on it because The Lion King is so beloved. And then there's also, the nuances of, us being hypercritical of us, if you know what I mean. But I was very pleased. Alfred did great. James Earl Jones did great. Beyonce, everybody really did a great job. There were just certain points in certain scenes where I'm like, oh, you guys could have done, Oh, and Beyonce at the end, Lions, are you with me? She has a few lines at the end that just made me want to stand up and shout in the theater. So go see The Lion King. It comes out Friday, because I am dying to know what you watching this, what you think of the film. Afterwards, so after the screening, we went to an after party with some of the cast. There were 4 people missing, I think. The guy who played Rafiki was not there. James Earl Jones wasn't there. Donald Glover wasn't there. And of course, Beyonce wasn't there. We knew that Beyonce, she was in Arizona filming a music video. Are you guys liking Spirit? I like the soundtrack and stuff. And so here are some clips. I'm going to show you some clips from that. I got a few things, so take a look.
So again, I was really hung out to dry.
It was so funny, and there's a million, no 2 versions of that song were the same. And there we were, it was pretty cool, because we were at a place called Remote Control, which is Hans Zimmer's creative laboratory where he does all his scoring and forever in history there was going to be Can You Feel the Love Tonight with Beyonce, Donald, Billy, and Seth.
Yes. The collab that you've been waiting.
I literally apologize to Beyonce. I'm sorry you have to share credit with me.
At the end of the movie, in the credit block, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, performed by those 4 names.
That's amazing.
I think it's going to be the first of many collabs.
A lot, yeah.
And that is...
Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance.
So it was overall, it was a very, very nice event. The food was good. They gave us Mediterranean food. Don't ask me why we had Mediterranean food at the Lion King, but it just worked. I mean, it's a buffet. I'm not complaining. Open bar. It was a cute, cute, cute function. At the end, oh my gosh. So at the end, you had your picking. You could pick either Nala or Simba. You could not get both. And a lot of the Simbas were gone. So this is the Nala plush that I was gifted with at the screening. So that was very, 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 very nice. So yeah, overall, like I said, I give The Lion King a 7.5 out of 10. I encourage you to go see it because it really is a good movie, guys. And visually, it is stunning. Visually, it looks like Nat Geo, but brighter. Like it still has that animation type feel. You know what I'm saying? They did such a good job with the Pride Lands, all of the animals. I got misty-eyed during Circle of Life, that opening scene. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but it's just one of those songs. You know, Circle of Life is just one of those songs where you get a little misty-eyed. Spirit, Beyonce Spirit plays. Oh, what I'm also excited about is we know that the soundtrack came out this past week, and then Beyonce has a Lion King inspired album that she's like at the helms of. You know, she produced and tapped on the shoulders of other artists, and it's got Afrobeat and different influences, and I'm very excited. And so what I am nervous about, like I'm anticipating, but I'm nervous. During the premiere, Variety magazine scored an interview with Michelle Williams, who we know is 1/3 of Destiny's Child. And let's just say this interview made me a little nervous. Take a look.
What did you think when you heard Beyonce is going to be Nala?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. No one else could do it. I mean, when I think about her eye color, her skin, her hair, she's perfect for it.
Have you heard the new music she's done for her? So that's a no comment.
So if Michelle, Kelly, and Beyonce are on this album, because what I got from that with all those poses and Michelle acting silly is that we might have a Destiny's Child record on the upcoming, Beyonce-inspired Lion King, humdiddy. And I'm very excited about that. You all know that while I'm in the Beehive, I love me some Destiny's Child. It's nothing like the magic of Destiny's Child. So I'm anticipating that the next time we talk, it'll be out. So yeah. In the meantime, between time, take care of yourselves. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I think I covered all the bases for The Lion King. Because the thing is, I didn't want to spoil anything for you all. So literally, I'm tap dancing because I talk very fast. So I don't want anything to slip because I don't want to have to re-record this. So I'm literally tap dancing and nitpicking around certain things that I could get specific about that I'm opting not to because I don't want to spoil anything for you. The movie's good. And I'm going to close out with the Lion King Choir singing Circle of Life, which includes some of the vocalists that are on the soundtrack, and I believe the original soundtrack as well. During the panel, Jon Favreau was there. They had Hans Zimmer. Like, a lot of the composers, like, everybody was there. So, yes, in the meantime, between time, until next time, take care of yourself and enjoy the Circle of Life. Bye, guys.
The day we are